bunch of kick streamers that were down to play dodgeball that are simply a part of that are not banned on Twitch at least.
6 team is Team Chess Boxing, because this also coincides with a chess boxing merch drop. Now, it's not happening this year. We already gone through that. I already made a video about that. But we still have a bunch of really cool merch that I'm very proud of that I need to sell. So we don't fire Aiden. Anyway, this is what it looks like. I think it's some of our best stuff. This is a reversible jacket. Wow, cool. Shill moment, Ludwig. Very cool. Ludwig.gg if you want to get it. It's available right now. You can get it by Christmas. Anyway, that'll be the first day I stream. Now, you might be wondering, has YouTube worked? All right. After this year, are you going to stay with YouTube again? Are you always going to be the YouTube guy? Will you ever go back to Twitch full time? And I looked at the data a little bit because YouTube has finally added live stream data, and I have some answers for you. Now, first off, this is my concurrent viewership and my peak viewership over the 2 years that I've been on YouTube. And you can see my average viewership is just under 17,000. My peak viewership, however, hit 300,000. I think it's technically like 320 something, but a few numbers got lost in the tabulations. But still.
Okay, here's how it works. YouTube has a much broader base, okay? YouTube is a much larger platform. So technically on YouTube, you have a way higher ceiling. You can have these massive events. You can have these massive numbers of views. You can have a major following. It's also entirely dependent on whether or not YouTube is interested in giving you that reach. YouTube, on the other hand, has terrible discovery and has no interest in actually pumping live streaming numbers. It is literally a matter of turning the dial for them. If they tweaked it even remotely, even like marginally, every single YouTube streamer could technically get hundreds of thousands of live viewers, real live viewers, as a matter of fact. However, for YouTube, live viewership is costly, and they do not believe that it's an important market for them to tackle. And they've made that clear. They've made that obvious. They tried it under the watchful eye of Fwiz, who left when he was in charge of YouTube gaming. This was like a big thing that they did. But Susan Wojcicki left, Fwiz left, and of course, I think that in the new YouTube era that we're in, they care way more about VOD, and more importantly, they care about shorts. They do not see Twitch as a competition that they care about, a market share that they want to tackle. Live streaming is not a market share they want to tackle. They want shorts. They want to tackle TikTok. And they've seen a tremendous number. They've seen a massive increase in traffic and a massive increase in, I guess, like watch time, people staying on the platform when they moved over to shorts. And they're continuously experimenting with like shorter and shorter forms of content. That is precisely the reason why the live streaming is in the exact opposite direction, and they don't really give a shit about it. So this is why Twitch is allowed to be way more open about dual streaming, co-streaming, and they don't really give a fuck. They're like, we are the king of live streaming. If you come here, you can do your live stream here. You can do your live stream there. You can do it anywhere you want. Doesn't really matter. No more exclusive contracts. Yada, yada, yada. So that's the situation with Ludwig. That's the situation with YouTube in general. However, this average view count is probably higher for Ludwig. In the time frame where he was on YouTube for his entire duration and for his entire contract, his average live stream viewership numbers actually probably went up like a little bit, I suspect, overall. And that is because YouTube did, and still does, have the capacity to open the view count faucet. And YouTube does have a much larger audience base. So YouTube numbers are supposed to be way more inflated than Twitch numbers. But because they don't do that, it doesn't really matter.
That is the highest peak viewership I've ever had in my streaming career ever. And I think this next year we can crush it multi-streaming on both and adding them together. The average viewership is a little worse. I'll come clean. My last month on Twitch, I averaged 18,500. I think my last year on Twitch, I averaged over 20,000. So we're doing in the thousands worse. But I don't really care about that because it's not my goal. My goal isn't to be a average high viewership live stream. I realize that my shelf life is coming up. There will only be such a small period of time where I'm able to relate to people who care about watching live streams in the first place. And then someone younger and funnier and who's able to relate more will come along and beat me out. So I'm not going to play this game and cling on to life. I just want to do dope shit while I can do dope shit while people care about the dope shit that I do. Couple things, though, have gone better. All right. The peak viewership was one of them. But another thing that has done a lot better since moving over to YouTube is the views for videos. The video view app.
I think for him, he always was a live streamer that cared a lot about beefing up his YouTube. A live streamer that would make YouTube videos on his live stream. And then he did a great job with that. It worked. It worked. It paid in dividends, not only with a fat YouTube contract, but also with like him becoming a solid YouTuber in general. So he moved in that direction a long time ago, or maybe even from the jump, and he did a really good job with it. And I think that that is also another reason why he kept pumping up his weekly subscribership numbers, his weekly video gained, weekly video views gained. Obviously, because like YouTube, he just like when he full blown invested into YouTube, then of course his YouTube exploded even further.
Average skyrocketed. I think I was averaging around 500,000 per video before, and now it is right around 1 million views per video. And you can see the weekly video views gained here. Don't take it with a grain of salt. This also includes YouTube Shorts. But I try to do it all. I tried to do it all. My goal when I went to YouTube was to try as hard as I could to be a multifaceted creator who could do live streams, who could do YouTube Shorts, and who could do regular videos and be the best YouTuber possible. And I'm going to give YouTube another year, but I will also add a caveat here. I'm a little bit concerned about YouTube. All right. YouTube guy here, I have to admit, there are some problems. And those problems in the 2 years that I've been here haven't been addressed at the speed that I or other live streamers would like. I made this list a while back, but it includes just a few of the problems that exist for live streaming on YouTube that don't necessarily exist on Twitch. One of the glaring ones, you can't even stream longer than 12 hours. If you do, the VOD disappears into the ether. I can't even watch my VODs longer than 12 hours. I have to end the stream, otherwise it is gone. That is a problem. You can't edit VODs that are over 6 hours. So if you listen to one copywritten thing and the whole VOD gets smoked, you're screwed. You can't do anything about it. These again, are huge, huge issues. And when I first went over to YouTube a couple of years ago, I made the company Truffle with the goal of combating these things, of making not just YouTube live streaming, but all live streaming a better experience. And it has worked. Truffle has been great. But I see a clear split, a clear divide.
Except everything that's on Truffle should have been embedded onto the platform. And if YouTube actually cared about making their live streaming part, making their live streaming user interface a better journey, caring about live streaming in general, they would have done that, which they didn't do. He commissioned it. He got someone on his team to make one of his like moderators, I think he's like a coder as well, to make basically like FFZ and BTTV, but for YouTube. But it didn't. It was auto, right? Yeah, automated made it. However, like I said, ultimately, if YouTube cared, they would integrate this stuff into the platform, either by purchasing it. It's a full-on company. We got investor funding. Nice. They would have, like I said, if YouTube cared about it, they would have probably purchased it and then worked very hard to integrate it onto their platform. But I don't think they give a shit about live streaming. They give a shit about shorts. They give a shit about defeating TikTok.
Divide. And I'm hoping this next year.
Oh, guys, it's Mogul moves. I'm with Dummy VV. What does that mean? I don't even know what you're saying.
That what I fear will happen doesn't happen because I want to keep streaming on YouTube until I eventually retire. But my concern is that YouTube doesn't care about live streaming. They care about something else that you'll probably see on the home screen if you open up YouTube right now. YouTube Shorts. Now, you get the occasional recommended live stream, or maybe it's in your subscriptions box. But for the most part, you'll get videos. And if you're on your mobile especially, you'll get a shit ton of shorts.
Yep.
And I think the reason is because YouTube is threatened by TikTok. Like the existence of YouTube is threatened by TikTok. If you look at this, the amount of users on TikTok versus YouTube in the US, this was last year, TikTok is gaining rapidly, specifically with younger audiences. And those will be the older audience.
Dude, you will never get recommended live streaming. But it's not even that. If they like tried to fix the directory of the live streams, for example, like, or if they made it so that it was easier to access your favorite content creators when they're live, you quite literally could improve the live streaming numbers tenfold. And YouTube, unironically, as a consequence of that, because of the massive number of real viewers that would be watching your live stream, would actually get a tremendous amount of organic shifts from content creators, either dual streaming, multicasting, or straight up casting to YouTube alone. It's just they don't care because it's not profitable. They don't care because they don't give a shit. That's it. Like, even if YouTube did not create the same level of monetization opportunities, if they just like massaged the platform a little bit, turned on the view count dial a little bit, just like Facebook did way back in the day when they moved into the video initiatives, when they like did a couple things where they made it seem like everyone was getting millions and millions of views. YouTube could, because it has real eyeballs, shift the attention away a little bit towards the live streaming side, but they don't care. They don't want to do that because, as Ludwig is correctly pointing out, they care way more about the diminishing market share on the younger audiences that they're losing out potentially to TikTok.
When time passes, as it always does. And so this has a real chance of killing YouTube as a whole, you know, and that's something they're concerned about. What isn't a concern of theirs is the title Twitch has killed YouTube, because that'll never happen. I don't think Twitch is entering the VOD space. I don't think they're trying to compete there. I think they're just chilling in the live stream space, offering their own unique slice of content creation online.
Yeah.
And so they have almost this like handshake agreement where Twitch is the massive shareholder. They have the majority viewership for all live streaming, and YouTube has been floating around, just doing their thing. They haven't gone up too much. They haven't gone down too much. Facebook's on the down and down. Kick's nowhere to be seen. And there's no real need to rush into being a better product.
Twitch on Money Papers isn't financially positive according to AWS. Yes, except Twitch could be the most profitable platform on the planet. It's just a matter of accounting. I've said this before. Because AWS is the most costly part of live streaming, it's simply accounting that makes Twitch not profitable or profitable. I know that you can turn around and say, well, they have to adjust it off of market rates, okay? And maybe on market rates, live streaming is not profitable. Live web hosting is not profitable, certainly. That part is probably true, okay? However, Amazon owns AWS and they own Twitch, so it doesn't really matter. They don't need it to be market rate. It doesn't have to be. And it's not, by the way. It literally isn't. It's just that they say it is, and they get the CEO to make decisions as though it's not profitable because the higher-ups say it's not profitable.
Than Twitch, or to beating Twitch, because Twitch will never kill YouTube. TikTok will. So let's combat that, at least what I think based off. If that works out, we can check out the live streaming spot maybe. That's how it feels. That's at least what I think based off some conversation with people who are at YouTube. And because of that, I'm worried that in the time that I have as a live streamer, where I have things that people want to hear, or I want to talk about, they won't be the platform that people should be on. I'm still the YouTube guy. I'm still waving my red YouTube banner, but these are my concerns. Those are my hopes. And that's why I'm now part streaming on Twitch for events specifically, which will happen every couple of months. All right. Anyway, that's all. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Not just this video, but the past couple of years and any live streams if you have. December 10th, I will see you on Twitch and YouTube and Ludwig.gg if you want to get the merch. All right. See you later. Goodbye. See you later. Goodbye. Say goodbye to Coots too, because she says goodbye as well.
I joined your fucking event server. I don't know if you're still in here, Lud. But yeah, that's the situation on hand. That's what's going on. Ironic because TikTok is moving in the opposite direction where they are trying to improve watch time and trying to pump out 1 minute longer than 1 minute videos on TikTok. What's the new channel? It's the same channel. He just changed the name to Mogul Moves. That's it. Hasan, a friend of mine, have become a MAGA communist. What the hell do I do? Just laugh, I guess. I don't know what to say to that. TikTok is pumping its videos that are longer than a minute long. It's also pumping the shop, which is huge. I mean, they're moving in the Weibo direction pretty aggressively. Or Douyin, right? Isn't it Douyin? I think. Whatever. It's smart. It's super smart. I've talked to Dan Clancy about this before, about like QVC and whether or not there could be like an integration, like a QVC integration within Amazon, and whether or not that would be a direction to move towards. No, not Tom Clancy, Dan Clancy, the CEO. And there's already an Amazon shop, Amazon video platform, like an Amazon live streaming platform on Amazon. It's where content goes to die. I don't know if you guys have ever watched it. I've watched it before for fun, just to get a better understanding. And it doesn't seem like there is a space for that yet, but we'll see. Yeah, people live stream on Amazon. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. There is a basically QVC live streaming happening on Amazon all the time. Yeah. They'll get like random Shopify ass influencers to do live streams where they are just like shilling product that you can go and purchase on Amazon directly. And it's already on Amazon and no one knows about it. Hard to find, personally. I don't know who the fuck is watching it, really. But if China is ahead of the game on this kind of thing, and I do think they are, then the future of live streaming is within QVC. The biggest live streamers on the planet are not in the Western world. It's not Ninja. It's not eBay. It's not any of those people. It's not myself, definitely. It's actually a Chinese guy by the name of Lipstick King. He sells lipstick live. And he gets literally on average almost 1 million fucking viewers, concurrent viewers. Maybe not 1 million, but his return stream got 1 million. It's just, they're crazy. They're crazy with it. They're nutty with it. What the fuck is this? Let's be clear. Hamas is your problem too. Paid by JewBelong.org. Feel like Baltimore has way more problems to deal with than Hamas. What the fuck is Hamas going to do in Downey, California? Yeah. Yeah, dude, there's tunnels underneath. Isn't this just kind of awful feeling that it seems like every fun thing on the internet isn't profitable, so it's just become worse and worse over the years? Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think Amazon understands that the future of content still is in the live streaming space. There's always going to be, in my opinion, a place for live streaming online, especially with the cord cutter generation, getting a lot of their information online and certainly not getting it on television. There's a need for even people like myself. So while the Twitch platform has lost viewers, hemorrhaged viewers in the North American market, it's growing tremendously in Latin America and in the Spanish-speaking market and many other places. However, overall, there's still always going to be a place where people want to tune into immediately when like shit's popping off in real time. What is this?
This shit ain't nothing to me, man.
Dracula Flow? What the fuck is this? Why? Why do you keep linking this to me? I don't understand it. Why do you want me to watch
Haters and shambles. They stay picking the corn out of my shit. The Smith.
Like, I'm not watching this, dude. I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know why you want me to. What is happening? I don't know. I don't know what this is. Is this some fucking. Is this like the new Skibidi toilet? Is that what it is? TikTok is also on its QVC arc. Is pushing shopping live streams a lot. TikTok has always pushed the shopping live streams. Great interview on Ali on APAC's influence. Oh yeah, Ali Welsh, she did a fucking massive APAC influence video. We'll take a look at it as well. It's so good. Stop being such a whiny bitch. It's Monday. We're gonna do news. Okay. I don't know what the fuck Dracula Flow is. Thank you, Themasius, for the playlist. Anyway, do you have plans like Lud for postage stuff in your career? You're gonna be live and alive till you drop. I don't know. This is the first time in my career where I haven't, like, over the course of a half of a year almost, I have experienced a downward shift in view count overall and the community getting smaller. This is literally the first time ever. Up until this very moment, I had probably never in my entire career experienced a downward shift for this long of a period of time. You called this a career? Well, I mean, when at a certain point, and this is meant with no disrespect, my dad also was like, what are you going to do? When are you going to get a career? When are you going to get a career? And it's like, well, at a certain point, if you're making a lot of money off of it, it's a career. It might be a new one. But the thing is, there were throughout the past couple of years, time and time again, my haters have said, oh, just wait till Bernie drops out and then you're done. Oh, wait till the election cycle is over and then you're done. And it actually never happened. Obviously, there were spikes in that process where I hit like 200,000 live concurrent viewers, or even 100,000 live concurrent viewers over and stayed over there for an extended period of time, maybe like a week on end. Okay. However, always it would normalize back to, let's say, if the average concurrent viewership number for me in the year 2019 was like 5K, and then 2020, the average concurrent viewership number in that election cycle, the peak viewership went up to like hundreds of thousands, but the concurrent viewership number went up to 20,000. And then everybody thought, oh, it's going to go away. 2021, 2022, 2023. It usually just kept rising steadily. The average concurrent viewership basically hitting 30K. Okay. This is the first time over the course of many, many years. This is the first time over the course of since 2019 where I've experienced a downward shift in basically over the course of a 6-month period. I'm still in the top for subscribers. I'm still one of the top content creators on the platform, but it doesn't matter. It's like I'm looking at my own numbers, and I'm looking at the numbers of the platform in general. And yes, it has gone down. This is true. So this is also one of the first instances where I've thought about potentially, diversifying my content a little bit. Do you think if you were pro-Israel, your numbers would be better? Probably. I don't even know. I think if I just didn't cover Israel at all and continued doing like diverse coverage. This is a short-lived dip with the election around another corner. I think that's just copium. Hasan, your peak concurrent viewership was 2 years ago around this time when we were doing MasterChef. It was around 45K if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Anyway, regardless. Do you think it has to do with we're in the peak brunch politics a couple weeks ago? Pause. Society is fully in person now. Jobs are even making come back to the office, and travel was peaking. Plus, the site having tons of people abounding it from other forms of content. Maybe there's a multitude of different reasons. Okay, nothing happens because of one singular reason. Overall, the peak is gone by, but it's still a tremendous number of viewers. Like, it's crazy. Considering that I never thought that I would even get to this position ever, let alone be one of the top content creators on the platform, or literally the top content creator on the platform, I will never take it for granted. Like, this is something that I think is insane overall. So it's still great. It's still great in general, but I do sometimes think about I do sometimes think about like diversifying my content, maybe doing some sit down stuff that is what people are tired of politics in their lives, woken up. Yeah. Are you gonna go back to reality show reacts? I feel like that always boosts viewership. No, there is a real negative opinion on a person like myself doing React Randall stuff. A smaller content creator could watch everything that they want to watch. A smaller content creator, or even a larger content creator that many people like XQC, can watch entire episodes of SpongeBob on here and get away with it for years and years and years. But if I did it, I would get fucking destroyed. We're gonna begin. So that definitely has limited what I can and can't watch. However, it doesn't really matter. More collabs, some I need to do, instead of just like sitting in my own cave and constantly festering in anger and resentment due to the awful, emotionally tumultuous content that I'm watching and covering and talking about. I just need to go back to the basics and offer more diversity, which I will eventually. I'm just too stubborn to do so. All right. Some interesting news from the New York Times. A rocket most likely fired by Hamas struck an Israeli military base believed to be housed many of the nuclear capable missiles. A visual analysis by the New York Times found. That's insane. Don't be chasing viewership. That is not the point. My friend, I'm a political commentator with a genuine ideological perspective. My entire goal is to reach an audience that is broad and charitable so they understand my position. So even from the